check. Make sure my mic's working. Can y'all hear me? Also, ignore my office being a mess. I have all sorts of projects going on at home, so my office is a fucking mess. Can you hear me? Great. I need to trim my beard up. It's getting a little long. We'll do that later tonight. Figured I'd do something a little different today. I'm gonna turn the music down just a little bit more. This is not the place that I'm gonna listen to while I'm doing this. I'll switch it up, but I figured I'd do something a little different today. If this goes well, we'll just do this the entire stream. Otherwise, if this doesn't last all that long, maybe we can get my GameCube hooked up and we can do some original Animal Crossing or some Wind Waker on my GameCube. But for right now, I just figured I want to do a little bit of game development and just put it on stream because I want to do this more as a personal project for myself. Like I don't care if this does anything, if it gets good viewers. This doesn't bother me. I want this as myself so that I can document what I've been doing with this project. I literally just got it all set up, so I have like nothing but just some assets that I've gotten, some Humble Bundle assets, and all that other fun stuff. So we're gonna be starting from ground zero with this game. Ideally, I'd like to turn this into a simulation game, but we'll see what it ends up turning into. I haven't laid down a full design idea for it yet. I just kind of wanted to go in and do some map design stuff and just see where stuff takes me for right now. Hey, welcome, Card Trick. So, yeah, I just figured this would be just a good idea to try and document something. It's actually something that I mentioned on one of Card Trick's streams that I wanted to try doing something like this. But just wasn't confident enough in my abilities to do it, which I will preface this right now. I am not a programmer by trade. I know how to program, but I am not a professional programmer. So if my code or anything looks just completely jank or not optimized, that's why. It's because I have enough knowledge of game development and programming in C# to get by. But there will be many of times where I will have to look stuff up, because I am not a professional programmer. But I do have decent game design experience, so, I mean, I graduated from college with it, so... Alright, let's get this switched over. I'll get my camera and all that stuff moved over. Only problem is I don't really know where to put my camera. I guess bottom right will work for right now. Bottom right will work for now. Let me switch up my music playlist real quick. And then I gotta do some testing on some stuff real quick just to make sure the audio is working correctly. Welcome back, welcome back. What playlist do we want to listen to? Listen to video game music. Listen to video game music. How's that sound? Fitting. There we go. Immediately starting off with some Undertale. Hell yeah. Let me know if music gets too loud or anything. Let me test something now. I need to test this out. Alright, let me mute audio real quick. I want to see, can you guys hear this? Can you guys hear this at all? Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure that it was capturing the... Yeah, that's part of the audio file. Here, I'll do a better one for testing with that. Here, we'll do this one. little bit on that. Okay, perfect. Alright. Any chance Star Wars later? Maybe. Depends on how long the stream goes. If not, I'll probably be able to tomorrow. Hydrate? Oh, shoot. I gotta get water. Ugh. Water acquired. Also, if you see me snacking, I have some leftover fries from dinner, so good old McDonald's. Alright. I need all the Star Wars knowledge. Okay, so what we're going to do first here... so what we're going to do... Also, if I don't look at chat real quick, or for a bit, it's because I'll probably be in like a focus state. Okay, so what I'm going to do here real quick is I'm going to do this just to see... Alright, top-down view. How big of a plane is this? Only a 1x1? Let's do this, 25 by 25 for right now. Alright. Let me move you. I want to try and match. Let's reset you all down to zeros. So that I can cross-reference. Okay, that should be this should be lined up now. So I have this asset that I got a while ago. It's a low polygon asset. So you can see all the prefabs and everything that are in here. Also, if you guys ever need any clarification what stuff means, because I will probably spout off a shit ton of game dev lingo. So feel free to ask away any questions. Is this Unreal Engine? This is not Unreal. I do have Unreal Engine. This is a Unity. I've been trying to get better with Unreal Engine, but I am by no means capable of doing a full stream in Unreal yet. I am in no means. Also, here you go. We got some Baldur's Gate 3 music playing here. What have you printed lately for cosplay? I have not printed anything yet for my cosplay. That'll probably be a next weekend project that I start with it after I get paid. Because I'll need to get some more filament for it, so... so, like, right in here we've got all of these polygon buildings, and just for, like, assets. So, what I can do with these is with my plane here, this will act as my ground. Besides your blaster a while ago. Yep, which actually... It's right here. Bah. I need to focus on painting this and trying to get paint on this. Don't break it. It's pretty sturdy. I could just do that. I mean, this thing is pretty dang tough. I thought you were doing a test print for Neo or something. I was going to, but then I got busy with other stuff. So see, I can do stuff like this, and then let me make sure the snap grid is working correctly. It is. So this will be, because this is how I'm planning on doing it. This is always the problem too when you're trying to do isometric view games. Because if you notice, perspective, it looks fine. Isometric, it kind of like stretches the edges out. So you have to make some really weird looking models in order for it to look right in an isometric view. I haven't decided if I'm going to do isometric. I might just do perspective and just do it like this. So, I just want to go in here and build a really simple place. Did you finish the one D&D dungeon? Which one do you... I don't know if I know what you're talking about. Oh, you mean for my D&D campaign? Yeah, that was a while ago that I finished that, yeah. So, we'll do that. How big of a place do I want this to be? Oh, thank you so much for the bits. I appreciate that. Hey, Deltarune music. Okay. Scaling's a little off on that, so let me do this. Alright, turn on snapping again. Ooh. Fallout music. I'm excited to get back to TWA. I just got back from a wedding where I provided 280 macaroons. Jesus. Yeah, I haven't decided with TWE, to be completely honest. I want to bring back Phoenix and Arcane, but yeah, it's been very tough trying to bring those characters back. So yeah, well, I mean, we'll see. I'll probably bring Phoenix back, but it's been very difficult. You know, I kind of like this design. Oh. Something just got deleted by an auto mod. Ah, auto mod. Gotcha. Yeah, I apologize if I'm not really paying attention to chat. I'm trying to just make a little test bed here for me, so I can start working on some stuff. Okay, so if this is negative 8.5, then this would be 278. 278. Yeah. Welcome to game development, where it's a lot of basic math. See, because I like that structure of it starting out and spreading out. I like that design, because then we can do all sorts of really cool stuff with that. And then you just plop a door in there. We'll just do that for right now. I paid attention a lot to chat. We were distracting you. I like distracting. Okay. So this is just gonna be our test room that we're gonna work with. Eventually we're gonna go through and make a whole city out of this, probably, maybe, or at least a whole bunch of different offices. So yeah, that should be a decent size start. And then we can just bring this out. Yeah, we can bring that out a pretty decent bit. I won't have to worry too much about roofs, I don't think. Yeah, I shouldn't have to worry about roofs. There we go. Okay. Never realized there was something a little messed up with that mesh there. Interesting. Oh well, from above you're not going to see it too much. Also, these are just placeholder walls anyways, so... okay, like that. You burned your pizza. How the heck? What? Okay, so... There we go. It means you can go buy one now. And I don't need it to be super, super perfect. I just need it to be roughly together. Okay, get you there. Put you there. left it like that, and then I know it's not going to look pretty, but like I said, this is just placeholder stuff. I'm not too worried about it looking too beautiful. It just needs to be there just to help me. Okay, so that'll work for our first like little office thing. So now what we can do, furniture. Yeah, cause see, this is why I love this pack, because it has a ton of furniture assets that I got. I think I got this pack for. I think I got like over 45,000 assets for like $30 on Humble Bundle. But like this will work great because I mean, see, like even right here, there's tons of variations of stuff, so that's great. Like there's all sorts of variations that I can use this with. Okay. So the first thing we're going to make is we are going to make a camera. Alright, pulling up one of my other reference scripts from another project. Okay, so what we need is we need a sorry, just following along here. Okay, so I need a public variable this. Cam speed. Then we need cam remove time. I need a I'm trying to pop out my chat. I can't. Can I not do it while it's... Okay, I guess we'll do this then. Okay. Okay, so I need to do this. Certificate key. Key code. Dot up arrow. And this needs to be new position plus equals transform dot forward. I heard that Good King got you into Star Wars more. I did. Yeah, I did. We've watched the first 6 movies in Rogue One. And right now we're almost done with the first season of Star Wars The Clone Wars, the animated TV show. What's going on here? Transform dot forward times movement or times cam speed. Okay, now So now what we should be able to do is on this bad boy, theoretically, chuck that bad boy on there. Okay. Okay. The hell? Okay, so this needs to be S. And down arrow. And then this will be left arrow. And this will be right arrow. This will be D. This will be A. Okay. And then for backwards, this needs to be a negative number. These need to be changed to transform dot right and transform dot left. Oh, that's right, you gotta do. sorry, I've been not looking at chat. Lock screens R2 Maniac. Fucking awesome. Sure did. I even ask, this fucker says I have to watch and find out. Yep, you gotta watch and find out. I ain't spoiling shit. It's part of the name of the game. It's figuring shit out. Oh. Well, we got good news. Oh, hang on. Hold on. Ah, my A and D keys are inverted. Ah! Okay. Well, we've got... That's good, at least. But it's way, way too fast. Why is my... Oh. Duh. No fucking wonder. Because this is the... Yeah, there you go. And then this needs to be... No. That needs to be negative, and this just needs to be normal. But I'm curious as to why... I'm wondering if that'll help. There we go. Okay, so there's our starting. Alright, let's turn down the sensitivity a bit. Let's do this as 2. And we'll do this at 10. Turn this down to 2 as well. Okay, so we got a decent start there. Okay. I see what I'm messing up. Here. Me again. What are you attempting to do right now? Right now, we are working on getting this camera set up. So, right now we have it working somewhat functionally to where it'll move this way. But, as you can see, from this, what we need to do instead of it going forwards and backwards, we need it to be moving almost, so if the ground is here and the camera is like here, we need the camera to move like this instead of towards the object. I don't know if that helps at all, but you see what I mean, like how it's moving closer towards this. We want it just to move up across the screen. So that's what I'm working on right now. And I believe I know how to fix this. I can just do this and then attach the camera onto this. And then for this, I need this to be... And for this, I need this to be zeroed out. And then... Yep, Ruby. See, that's more of what we're looking for. But that's still very fast, so... Let's do this. There we go. See, that's more of a camera that we're looking for, where it's staying focused and staying on the same level plane. Because what we don't want is we don't want this Y value here. We do not want that Y value to be moving up and down with the camera. We want that to stay stationary. Now, we would want that Y value to move up and down when we do like the middle mouse button, like the scroll wheel. Like if you scroll up, you want that to go closer, and when you scroll back, to go back. But we also want to set restrictions because you don't want to allow the player to go through objects, right? You do not want players... And we can fix that with shaders with objects like these. Or if you scroll in too far, it'll like cut away the wall. But we don't want people being able to phase through the floors. So you have to set restrictions and limits on, like, for example, how close do you want to zoom in? You have to set a max height and a min height, essentially. So that's what we are going to be working on next. But first we're also going to do some rotation stuff on the camera. Alright, there we go. I've got it to where I can actually see chat a little bit better. Alright. And I believe for rotations I have to use quaternarians. I believe so. Yeah, okay. Then we will need to do a rotation speed. Or we will need to do a float value of rotate speed. Oh, nice, I forgot to do this. Instead of setting it physically, I can just do this. And then I can do the same thing for rotation. Got some Helm March from Command & Conquer. And then down here, comment that code out for real quick. Actually, no, that's fine. Dude, Command & Conquer is such a good game series. Actually, one sec. I think I still have one of my copies. Yeah, I have a whole bunch. Sorry, getting distracted, but I'm showing off my collection. So, I don't know if you can see it, but I got Red Alert 2, from way back in the day. So yeah, we got Red Alert 2. Then I've got Command & Conquer Tiberian Sun. Another great expansion. Firestorm. I have Red Alert, The Aftermath. And then I've got... I have the Tiberian Sun mod disc. So all the mod files. And then I have Command & Conquer Red Alert 3 on my Xbox. Oh, and actually, if you really want to go way back, if you want to go really back, the Command & Conquer Complete Collection, which includes Tiberian Sun, Yuri's Revenge, Renegade, Tiberian Sun, Firestorm. I can't remember what the last one was, but yeah, Red Alert 2 was great. Red Alert 2, or Command & Conquer Yuri's Revenge was also another goated game. Yuri's Revenge was a great video game. Anyways, back to game development. This is also another good video game too. Donkey Kong. Or no. Donkey Kong, what am I saying? No, it's fucking Crash Bandicoot. I'm fucking stupid. I swear I know my video game music. I was going to be a music composer at one point in my life. At one point. At one point. That was a long lifetime ago. Okay, so this is where things get a little fun. I'll give you guys... I'll give you guys... Let's say... I wish I could gift out channel points. I'll give you guys 100 bits if you guys can figure out how to code this before I finish it. On your next streams, I will give you 100 bits if you can figure this out. So what we're doing is we're pressing Q and E to rotate the camera. If you press Q, it goes left. If you press E, it goes right. Sorry, I don't know coding, I'm good. That's only C#, it's not that bad. Well, I'll give you a hint. The first thing you gotta do, the same thing as you got up here, you need to do input dot get key. And then you need to do key code. Hey, Futurama theme. Key code Q. You know, HTML. I know a little bit of HTML. I've been trying to get better at HTML because eventually I want to do some website development. Like, I want to start learning more website stuff. And then gonna do this. Bam, 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 bam. Can you tell my ADHD is going all over the place right now? And then I gotta do new rotation times equals quaternarian dot Euler vector 3 dot up times rotation amount, or times my rotate speed. Yeah, rotate speed. Listen, I'm gonna come right out and say it. I'm 30. Hey, you know what? I just turned 23 this year. Just getting that out there. YouTube, don't tell anyone else. I'll make sure I go in your next chat and I'll tell every single person in your chat. You're welcome. And then, I believe... I'll make sure Albert knows. I just want to make sure that I don't get anything special here. Because I'm pretty sure it's just this. Again, but instead of Q you do E. Most people think I'm like 19. I never thought you were 19. I thought you were maybe like mid-20s, if I'm being honest with you. Because, I mean, you were talking about, like, you have a full-time job and all that stuff, so I'm like, you have to be at least in your early to mid-20s. I mean, hell, we play with people on World's End who are in their 30s, so... Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. And then, all I should have to do here is... negative? Let's find out. Hey! Let's go! Some Ocarina of Time music. So many people texting. When people see me, they think I'm really young. So since I was a teen, I got hit on by old men. See, for the longest time, because without the beard, I have a complete baby face. Without any facial hair, I look like I'm fucking 16. But with the facial hair, I don't look like I'm 23. I've gotten people say that I look like I'm in my late 20s. So I mean, I would honestly rather look more mature than still have a baby face. Because the last time that I actually went and got the last time that I got alcohol at a bar, they actually didn't card me. So I don't know what that says. I guess I look like I'm 21, at least. I still get carded. Oh, right. We didn't set this up correctly. Hold on. That's right. We gotta do... we gotta do this. Transform... dot rotation... well, I'll take it as a compliment. Okay, I will. Equals quaternarian dot lerp. So for those who don't know what lerping does, lerping just makes it super smooth. So you can do lerping with movement like what we're doing here. You can do lerping with numbers. I can show off an example of that, kind of something that I worked on. In fact, let me get that project open. It'll be on this. I won't be able to show this project off fully because this I do actually have an NDA to not show off a ton of stuff. So it's better than being thought older as opposed to King just said it was the opposite from. You know what? I kind of respect being called older because it makes it look like I'm more mature than I am. I mean, I'm not a super spectacular specimen of a man. Let me bring this over here because I'm not supposed to show off the assets of this because I do have an NDA on this. Sadly, sorry. But let me pull something up so I can show it to you. What I'm referencing. Mini games. Okay, so this is what lerping is when it comes to numbers. Okay, so with cameras, like when you see here on this, right? So you'll see how it comes to a nice abrupt stop. But if I change this to, let's say, 5. This is what the lerping will do. It'll make it nice and smooth and make it come to a slower smooth. So like that. See how it... So I press and let up, and it comes to a nice smooth end. That's the nice thing there. Another thing that you can do with lerping is like this with numbers, where it'll go in and go like this. So like that. And it'll lerp up or down on the numbers. So lerping is a very nice tool for when you're a lerping, yeah. So it's a nice tool for smoothing things out, making it look a little bit less rigid. And this term we just, some people will call it lerping. I call it elasticity, which is what a lot of people in the industry will call it, like the elasticity of the camera, of how rigid it's going to be. Typically, if you want responsive, you want it to be kind of rigid, but alright, back to this. So this needs to be transform dot rotation, comma, new rotation, time dot delta time, burnt your lip, times cam move time. Okay. So, theoretically, this should... Yeah, there you go. See, look at that. But let's turn that up a bit. So rotate speed, we'll turn this to 0.7, maybe? And then we can change this back up to 10 to make it a little bit more snappy. But yeah, this is ideally what we're trying to get with this. Is we want that not too... You don't want it to be too fast and like you just like go and then immediately stop. You want it to be kind of like a nice gradual stop. But you don't want it to be too slow because then it just feels like the camera's slow. So the fun part of being a game designer is finding that nice little balance between the two. It's the part that's stupidly tricky for no reason. Now, we get to do the zooms. And not like zoomies. But now we get to do moving up and down on the scene, or zooming in and zooming out. So I need a public transform, I believe. Camera transform should be fine for the name. Zoomies, my dog will get zoomies. And then I need another vector. Public vector 3. This will be zoom sensitivity. Okay, I'll be back. Watch Grace. See ya! Else zoomies. Nice. Have fun watching Grays. And then I need another vector 3. Actually, you know what? Let's move this. And then in here we'll just do this. Public vector 3, because I need to do a new zoom. And then I believe in the start, I gotta do, that was my attempt at coding. So I mean, if you wanted to do something like that, you could do something like this. You could do if zoomies equals or is equal to true, if zoomies equals true, speed equals 500. And then you can do else. Then you can do else like speed equals 0 or something. New zoom. equals camera dot local position. And then this I gotta look up because I don't remember how to do zooming off the top of my head. If input dot get key dot key code or key code. So we're going to do this with two keys. I'm going to do this to the R and the T key. I actually will do R and F. So R will be zoom in, F will be zoom out, but I'm also going to set it up to be the scroll wheel as well. So key code R or input dot get mouse button dot input dot I gotta look up the syntax for that. Getting the mouse scroll wheel in Unity. Stack Overflow, my best friend. Okay, I think I got it. We'll find out. I think. New. So I want to test this to make sure this works correctly first before I do the next version. Lerp. Camera transform. New zoom. Delta time. Times. Cam move time. Right. Alright, let me test this real quick before I try. Okay. 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 Well. Alright, I want to try this. Let's see. Aha! Aha! Okay, we did get it to work. Good. So, So then we need this to be less than 0. And we need this to be f. This needs to be minus equal sensitivity. Oh. good game development, folks. Where you implement something, and now we have a lot of camera jitteriness. Try something up. Try something here. Oh, there we go. May have fixed it. Aha! Ah, ha ha ha, there we go. Fixed update. Although... it does not like the mouse wheel much. The mouse wheel is very inconsistent. We may just get rid of the mouse wheel components, honestly. It's nice to have, but it may just cause us a headache. We can deal with figuring those out later. Because right now the fixed update is working, which is what we need. Okay. So that will work for now. That'll work for now. Alright, we'll move away from camera stuff for right now. And instead, I'll move to this. I think I still have it somewhere. I think I still have it. Hey, what's up, man? There we go. So, this right here is what we call a design document. Crackheads, hippies, and fried chicken, you. There we go. There we go. Okay. Fried chicken sounds pretty good. Yeah, it does, kind of. Okay. Didn't hydrate. I got you. I got you. We'll just call this simulation test for right now. Actually, we'll do this. When we kicking zombos again? Depends whenever the friggin' server gets back up, man. But we'll see. Okay. So here's the true questions that we gotta ask ourselves, because this is important when building games. This is a very underrated aspect. It's a very tedious part of the game, but these are crucial for development. Design documents. They help not only the developer and your team understand the core of your game, but this whole thing, it's meant to keep everything together and give you a rough template to work with and give you ideas. You doing voice work for this? We'll see. We'll see. We haven't gotten that far. We just started this project, so. I'm taking a real big risk with this game. I've never built a 3D simulation-based game before, but I'm willing to give it a shot and say, screw it, let's go. I have no idea. I have no idea how good it's going to go. But we'll find out. We're vibing to some Halo music right now. Alright. If you ever do, I want an audition. If I do need voice work, I'll contact some people. I got some friends. Thankfully, I know a good chunk of our peers that'd be more than happy to do it. So. My biggest fear is AI. I've never worked with AI before, like artificial intelligence of like moving characters in a 3D world. So that will be the big true test. Okay, gameplay mechanic number 1. Well, this game is based off of a game that I made when I was in college called Hope Manager, which was a prototype that I made in 4 weeks and worked on it more and more and more. But essentially what this is, it's a game like a lot of tycoon games where you're going to take a business of your choosing, and you are going to, keep your business afloat. It's like any simulation tycoon game. You got to make money, but the different thing that I want to do with this too is you got to manage your employees' hope or like motivation and stuff like that. Otherwise, they're gonna be like, "Man, fuck this, I quit." So that's the core idea. So the core mechanic brief, the first core mechanic is going to be managing employees' hope. Essentially. Gameplay mechanic number 2. Let's see, what are we going to do for gameplay mechanic 2? Manage your business / products. We're going to have to go deep onto some research too of what type of products do we want to allow the player to have, because the more products that you allow your company to have, the more work that's going to require. Gameplay mechanic number 3. What do we want to do for gameplay mechanic number 3 here? Alright, come on, chat. Throw me some ideas. What do we want to do for gameplay mechanic ideas? So we've got manage the player's hope / motivation. That's the core gameplay mechanic. Managing your business and your products. What else do we want to add in here? I'll let you guys throw out some stuff. Oh, hey, look, Star Wars music. Crime, big crime. Okay. Big crime. Not sure how I can incorporate that. Interesting idea, but because the thing is, we want to keep the scope relatively small because it's only me working in this project. So I want to keep the scope relatively small so I can get it done in a reasonable timeline and time frame. So, let's see. Drugs in the office to help boost morales. But the risk of police catching you? Okay. Could do something with that. I also want to... let's see, top down. Oh, we also gonna do this. Simulation management, setting, modern day, genre, 3D top down. We'll come back to core gameplay. Target platforms, we only have one. PC. PC, Mac, Linux. Monetization model. I didn't even know that we're going to release this for any money, so for right now. Cost shouldn't really cost me anything. Time estimation. That is a good question. But game time scale, let's say starting today. Let's give ourselves to 12/31/24. See where we can get with this by Christmas time. Cost unknown, because who knows how much it'll cost. Time scale. Approximately 8 months. Eight to 10 months, approximately. Team size, it's just me. But I will be right back. I have to run to the restroom really quick, so I'll be right back. Alright. Be back. Alright, core team. Team size, just me. Influences. One of the big inspirations that this game has is a game called Software Incorporated, which I think a lot of you can see if I do this. Like if I were just to load this up, right? I think you would see the inspiration that I'm kind of going from here. So if I just load up one of my saves, why not? So see, something like this is kind of the aesthetic that I'm going for. Art style, gameplay style. Is that The Sims? Kind of. Another thing that I'm actually kind of inspired by. Has anyone seen Office Space? The movie Office Space. Okay, well here's some clips from Office Space. It's an older movie. Oh. Office Space. So there's a character called Milton in Office Space. Also, what the... You guys seeing that too? What the fuck is going on with my monitor? Hello? There we go. Okay, let me do this.
I told Bill that if
So there's a character in this movie called Milton, who is him, who every time they continue to harass this guy until eventually he snaps and he loses it. That's kind of what I'm going off of. Like that's kind of what I'm going off of with this game, is to avoid having that happen. So, like right in here, like right this.
things we need to put in here. Okay. I could set the building on fire. Yep. See, I didn't receive my paycheck this week.
You're gonna have to talk to payroll about that.
So see, stuff like that, right? Stuff like that, where they're continuing to push this guy, they don't care about him, and eventually he snaps and he loses it. So, you know, that's kind of an inspiration for it as well, is you want to avoid having your characters have that happen to them. So that's a little bit of inspiration as well for this game. Office Space. Movie. Reason. Would you call it like a business tycoon game? Yeah. Yeah, kind of. It's kind of what I'm trying to go off of. I've always enjoyed tycoon type games, so I kind of want to do one myself and build one myself. But it's they're not easy to make. They're very challenging to make. Reason, character, Milton gets pushed to the brink by other coworkers and management eventually snaps. The character, or the player, will attempt to do the opposite, or they won't. A third influence. Third influence, I guess I got one. A bit of an obscure game. Mad Games Tycoon 2. Which again, very similar to Software Incorporated. Mad Games Tycoon 2 is exactly the same thing. It's a tycoon-based game. Takes a minute to load it. There we go. So see something like this. And this one actually has a lot of mechanics that I kind of want to play from, because your employees here, you have to have amenities. You have to have a break room, you have to have bathrooms, you have to have... there was one of the... You have to have break rooms, bathroom... Oh yeah, and then you have to have, like, amenities inside the offices in order to keep their morale up, otherwise they work slower. So, see, stuff like that. That's kind of what I'm playing with. Certain amenities. And this is always fun too, right? The elevator pitch. So, it's exactly what it says. A one-sentence pitch for your game. So, essentially you have 60 seconds to pitch a game. How would you pitch your game? So, let's see. My one-sentence pitch would be a game similar to the movie Office Space. A game similar to Office, or a game taking inspiration from Office Space and a couple of other tycoon-based games where you have to manage your employees' motivation, or else they quit and give up on you, and your products will just fail because of it. Something like that. But yeah, these go... There's a reason why these are so useful, because they go super detailed. But we'll come back to this. And let's get back to actually doing a little bit of development stuff. So, what we're going to do is we're going to make a folder, and we're going to call this prefabs. We're also going to make another folder for my scripts. So in here, what we're going to do is we're going to make a UI. Now, I'm going to set this to 1920 by 1080 for default references. So first things first, let us segment out where everything's going to be. A general rule of thumb when it comes to user interface, you don't want to overly crowd the screen too much. You don't want to give the player too much information all at once, otherwise you're going to overload them. That's a general rule of thumb with user interface. You want to keep it more or less simplistic if you can. It's not a bad thing to have a complex UI, but you need to nest it with submenus to make it more readable. Readability is the number one aspect of user interface. Ease of use and readability are the two big ones. So what we're going to do here hey look, Baldur's Gate 3 music. What do you know? So we have our game object here. Let's say, so like right here, which is like the lower left third, we will call this menu area 1. And then what we'll do too is we'll do this. Is up here, up across this whole top bar here, we will call this overlay area. And we want to set these anchor points. Now what these anchor points will do, these anchor points will make sure that it will stay. Like if you change your aspect ratios, it will auto size, it will automatically size the actual objects down with them. UI design is one of the most tedious in game development, but it is also one of the most important parts of game development. A bad user interface can destroy a game. And a general rule of thumb too, not a lot of people like having a bunch of stuff on the sides of the screens as much. So like you see, we've got this guy down here, and we got this guy up top. So what we'll do too is, honestly, we may not even need another menu area. This may be all we need for the time being. And then from here, what you can start doing then too is you can start planning out, okay, how many buttons and what all do we need for the UI? So the first thing we will need is we will need a button So, and then what we can do, reshape this as needed. Then I have a bunch of sprites in here. So I can put in like a placeholder sprite right here. And then I can do like that. Another thing that I can do too is if I want to keep this nice and neat, I can do this. Do something like that. Then if I do this, do that. So I can do stuff like that. So you can do stuff like that. Now, obviously, this is nowhere near final UI. This is just, I'm just roughly laying stuff out so I have an idea. So, right up here in the overlay area, what I will have is in here. Let's do an image. Something like this. So I'm just doing this to kind of help lay it out so I know where stuff is going to be in the UI. So this will be a 24-hour time of day scale. And then what we can do too is this. We do something like this. And then under here, do something like this. So see something like that. And then we'll do something like this. Like that. Like that. Make it a little bit easier to read. We'll do like a darker gray for right now. Then if we want to see what this will look like in our scene, we can just do this. Okay, Unity. I am trying to exit play mode. This ain't good. This is not good. This is not good. It's not letting me leave play mode. But see, you can also do this too, which is a nice little feature. There we go. Okay, I thought Unity was about to kill me for a second there for some reason. But, so yeah. So what we'll do, change this color back. Match it with that. Something like that. It's going okay, but I need to restart my project. How's Koopa? He's doing alright. Don't know how much longer we're going to be streaming for. But this is what I wanted. Need to import in some new assets. Get some buttons in here. We'll just import this one in for now. Oh, poor Bubba. So what we're going to do now... What we're going to do now is we're going to hook up this menu options. So, what we're going to do in here... Nice thing is, with these, you don't got to do any programming. I mean, you could if you wanted to, but it's kind of pointless. First, I'm going to grab all of my buttons here. We're all going to give them this. Good old Command & Conquer Red Alert 3 Soviet theme. Unity engine, line, using Unity engine, scene management. Alright, so the nice thing is here first, all we need is a public void exit to desktop. Want to know how easy it is to make this script? Boom. That's all you need to do to make a quit to desktop. Now, it'll be more in depth if you want to do save mechanics, which we'll get into later. But for now, that'll work just fine. And then we need a public void. This one takes a little bit longer to do because I like to set this up. This one I like to actually set up a little bit better when it comes to scene management. So public void exit and actually we're gonna do this. We're gonna make a second script. Actually, no, you know what? I don't need to, because there's not going to be a ton of scenes that are going to need to be loaded in, so the nice thing is, what we can do is just this. We can do this. And, changing this... Ooh, Red Dead Redemption theme song. Very nice. Public void exit to... Actually, we'll just call this level load. Don't autocorrect that, you stupid fuck. Thank you. And then what we can do is this, int level ID. And then, all we gotta do is this. Scene manager dot load scene level ID. So what this is going to do is if we go back into our editor, is if I come into my exit button, my exit to menu button, I can do this. I can do this, settings logic, level load, and then this is why I like doing it that way, because then, oh, here, let me lock that. So, when we get into it, so like right now, this test scene, this is instance 0 in the scene. So if we were to have a main menu scene added to this, this would then be scene 1. Oh. This would be scene 1 of the scene, or of the build files, and the main menu would be scene 0. So what we would do is down here, we would leave this at level 0 because we want it to load instance 0. And then this exit to desktop, we want this to run the exit to desktop command. Alright, let's save this and make sure our stuff works. So for right now, to test to make sure that the return to scene works correctly, what we will do okay, I may have messed something up there. Immediately messes something up. Good job. Okay. Prefabs. Why did it do that? Ah, that's why. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. Those two buttons work. So, now, to make sure this works correctly, what we'll do is we'll do this. Boom. Okay, that works correctly. And then this, we'll just lock it so that nothing else will work. Good. Alright. Now, if we really want to as well, we can also do this. Public game object. Settings menu. And then I can do a update mechanic. And then in here, what we can do is public void. We can do public void. What do we want to call this shit? UI enabler. So then what we can do is if settings menu dot active self settings menu dot active self, then we can do actually we need to do this the other way around. We need to do this if input dot get key dot key code or key code Jesus Christ key code dot escape go. And if settings menu is active, then what we will do is this. We will do settings menu dot set active false, and then else settings menu dot set active equal true. And then what we will also do in here is we will make a public audio source public audio clip. We will call this UI click. So then we will do UI click dot play. UI click dot play. And then we will do UI enabler in there. And then we need our UI and we need the settings menu. Alright, so what this is going to do for us now then is this. My bad, I forgot to do this. Do that. My bad. Sorry for your ears there. I apologize. There we go. See? Now we have an escape button. So already in 3 hours, we've gotten a decent chunk of stuff done. But I do think that's probably going to be where we finish it off today. I'm tired. Ugh. I am very tired. So, yeah, that'll probably be where we ended here today. Thank you guys for tuning in. We may do some more of these. We'll see. Yeah. I will see you guys when I see you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being a captive audience. I appreciate it.